Okay guys, you've seen my video a couple weeks ago, or you may not have. If you haven't, go and take a look at that. But I was almost about to sell my Glock 43. The trigger pull was really gritty, really affected my shot placement, and just wasn't really overall much fun to shoot. Pretty challenging to control. So I got a couple comments to try out the ghost trigger, so I did. What I'm going to do is show you how to change into the ghost trigger. I actually lost the packaging already somehow, so I'm going to put a picture of the packaging up right now. Here you can see the packaging and the trigger connector that you need to buy. Like I said, the Glock 42 and 43 are interchangeable, so if they only have the one that says Glock 42, you can buy that for your Glock 43 and it'll work. The cost of the ghost trigger ranges from $20 to $25, depending on where you buy it. I bought it from a retail store rather than online, so I paid $25, but I've seen it on eBay and Amazon for about $20. The ghost trigger attachment for the Glock 42 and the Glock 43 are identical, and the only tool you'll need is a Glock or other brand punch, basically. So to change that piece out, or let me show you the trigger pull first. So as you see, the ammo is right here, empty gun. So you can watch the previous video to see what the trigger was like before. However, now when you pull, hit the wall, it's a much smoother pull. You probably can't tell from the video, but it's a much nicer pull, a lot less gritty. It didn't take a whole lot of weight out, but it took enough out to where I wasn't, fighting the trigger, and I wasn't ever, dropping them that badly, but I'm kind of over exaggerating. But definitely worth it. For 20 bucks, it's definitely worth it. So to do this, just take the slide off. You don't have to break the slide down because you won't need it. You're gonna take your punch tool, right? And this pin here, you're gonna look at it from the right side of your gun. It comes out from the right side. However, the slide release here, what you need to do is apply a slight bit of pressure to the top there with your thumb as you're pushing through from the right. And be careful not to, hold on. Sorry, my phone started ringing. So anyway, like I said, you put some slight pressure on there, push through without losing your pin. You see it pops right out. You're then gonna use your tool, or whatever you wanna use, to gently pry this piece up, pull it out without losing that as well. And then your slide release can just simply be lifted out. Next thing you want to do is remove the pin from the back here. Again, you can push it from the right or the left. This is a plastic pin, not a metal one. The front one's metal. Then you're going to basically lift up from here and pull this whole assembly out. That's your trigger assembly, which is pretty much the entire internal parts of your Glock and your trigger assembly. This is how your trigger assembly looks from the other side. If you look carefully, this piece is on the outside of your trigger bar. So when you replace it, you'll remove this, and this will be the Glock factory part. Flip it back over, and you'll see this small hole here where you can see the trigger, or the bar. You'll put your punch tool in there and just push it out. You'll take the ghost trigger, slide it back on. You get this other piece, and remember, this goes on the outside. So you basically want to put it on the outside of the trigger and then slide that back on just like that. Now that has a little bar there. Let's try to get focus. Has a little bar there that you're going to want to see. It's on the outside there. You're going to want to take that bar and turn it back around, and you should be able to see that it slots back in the top. Okay, super simple. Once you've replaced that, you are going to, I just had to get back and focus it again. You're going to put your trigger back through and push this down back into the assembly. It's pretty simple. You shouldn't have any issues with that. It goes in nicely like that, and you'll see that hole is nice and lined up. You're gonna take your plastic pin. I can just thumb tight it most of the way, and then just even it out with your punch tool if you have to. If you have to fight it at all, you probably don't have it lined up. One of the most common problems I've seen and heard about from other guys is when they put the bar back in, they didn't put this back the right way. So just keep that in mind. Okay, once you've got that pin back in, you're gonna take your slide stop and basically just drop it back in where it goes. It should look like that on the inside. And you're gonna take the final piece, should look like this, and just slide it back in. Now, one of the things that I struggled with when I did this is you have to pull the trigger, but also you gotta remember you pushed it out from the right. You also return this pin from the right. And you can see I just did that with my finger, so it should be relatively easy. Okay? You're gonna return your slide like normal and conduct a functions check by pulling the trigger, holding it down while racking the slide, releasing it till you hear a mechanical click. There it is. Pull it one more time. Same again. I'm happy that the functions check is complete. So this time, I'm done replacing the trigger. Should take no more than 2 or 3 minutes. It's relatively simple. I am no Glock armor or gunsmith, and I was able to do it. So these are between $5 and $7, and highly recommend getting one because, you know, if you ever want to do work to other guns or, you know, change other stuff in the future, for $5 it's great to have. And it's the factory. This is a Glock factory part, if that'll focus there. Anyway, it's stamped Glock on the bottom. All kinds of manufacturers make them, and that is how I fixed my Glock trigger. Thank you for all you guys who recommended the Ghost trigger. I like it a lot. I put some rounds through it already, and I noticed an improvement already. To come in the future, I'll probably do the 25-cent polish job just to clean everything up in there. But other than that, happy shooting.